bad people. I tend to think of them as people that have done something wrong, but they have a lot of good still in them. And I say, well, that's exactly what he is. He's got a lot of good in him. A lot. I've done a lot of good. I've done much, much more good than I have bad. But it's funny how,
Welcome back to Morbid Sunshine. I want to go through today a few of the things he said, and a little bit of the calls just crashing in the pinnacles of these jail calls, and yes, go have a discussion about the evidence he submitted, and just want to listen to the jail calls first a little bit, and after half an hour we will get into what's going on recently.
People only ever focus on the bad, and all the good counts for nothing.
Really? Really? What good have you done? You've laid around on your mom and dad's bank account and in their house. What's the good that you've done? You hoodwinked everybody for 5 or 6 years, grooming this child.
People too, and some friends that I've lost, and hopefully as well. That would be good, because I know she's there. Yeah. I try to...
They're talking about heaven here. I just want to go back a bit. And his mum specifies that he'll see Madeiline there. He's not going to heaven, I'm afraid, Mother.
He's kind of stuck on that one, Mrs. Stern. He's kind of stuck on that one, sweetheart.
A couple of Santa Claus sacks full of stuff. Yep, I'm sure we all do. No one's perfect. No, the only one person is perfect, and they killed him. Yep, but he did that. He knew that was coming, and that's why he was born, and he did that so that we would not have to pay for our sins. Yep. If we ask for forgiveness, and if we ask Jesus to bring us home. Yep.
It seems to me that his mother is deeply religious and has the belief that everybody deserves to survive. She would not want him to go to death row, but of course, she would. But she gives this really bizarre thing that she's comparing him to Christ, and that he dies, he will see Madeiline in heaven. I find it absolutely cold.
That's what I've been doing, and been praying for forgiveness, praying for salvation, and also praying for deliverance. And I want you guys also pray for me to be.
He wants his mother.
You're gonna be squealing.
How we're manipulative on his family to ask them to pray for them, and then what they're praying for is the forgiveness. You understand that, right? She wants him to go to heaven. You understand that when you're listening to these calls. It's like, I'm not deeply religious, but he's not going to heaven. He's not going to see Madeiline, so stop telling him that she's the light he sees and things like that, and that he's seeing her in his dreams as a sign. It's not. It's a sign of guilt. He needs to be guilty for what he's done.
Like they did in Deliverance. Don't even sweat that, homie. Damn it, Eric. You can't say that during a live.
You Clifford as well. Pray for me to come home and tell him, and pray for that opportunity. You know, I've been talking to God and telling him, you know, I can do whatever I need to do to get my life right. I need the opportunity to do that, and it's only through him that I will have that opportunity if he can see it in his heart, shine his grace and his mercy down on me, and allow me the opportunity to see my mother and father again. Oh, I hope. I will pray for that too. I keep praying for it. Pray for him to hear me, and I'm praying for it as well. And I'm hoping for it, and whatever happens, good or bad, I know accept it with grace and dignity, and know it's not the end of the world. If that's what you get any chance to learn any Spanish while you're there? What's that? Are you getting a chance to learn any?
You know what I love about his dad? He doesn't spare him any support, like, of forgiveness. And I can honestly say that he did the right thing, showing the police and showing them that box and doing the right thing. Because if it wasn't for that, they wouldn't have found the images they did.
Spanish while you're there? No, I have not had a chance to avail myself of any education programs yet, but I do hear plenty of it being spoken around me. Well, that's what I mean.
Oh, and another thing, that's where he went back to the unit for the garage. He went back there to retrieve the hard drive, remember? But for some reason, I don't know what happened. I think he tried to dispose of it there.
Whether you're picking up some of whatever. No, sometimes when people ramble like that, it all kind of slurs together and gets jumbled up.
You're welcome, Sam.
That may be just more of a consequence of the echoes and acoustics in here. Yeah. But, you know, I keep thinking if I've ever had a Jesus take the wheel moment in my life, this is certainly it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You picked a good one. Yeah, no kidding.
You picked a good one. Really? That's what you come back with?
I don't think that is the way he comes across his dad is very appropriate, considering this is a very young girl we're talking about.
Mr. Sterns, you picked a good one. That's what you come back with.
I hope I have the chance to see you guys again. I really do hope for that. I would like to be able to see you or give you a hug or talk to you face to face. Yeah, I keep telling God that, you know, what I want more than anything now is just to see my parents again. And that, you know, they need me around and I need them, and I want a chance to give you guys a hug and a kiss and tell you how much I love you and I've missed you. Hey, baby, we know that. And you know how we feel, so, yeah, just keep praying for me. Pray for me to be delivered. I do. We pray for you every week in church. We're going to a New Day Christian church and enjoying it. It's a lot like Saddleback in many, kind of a smaller version of Saddleback. Very many. But it's the preachers are good. The music is good. Well, I'm glad you guys found a place that you like. You know, no matter what, you know, I don't want you guys to worry about me too much. I don't think you can. You can't make that happen. I know. I just want you to can't be parents and not worry. I just want you to know that I'm at peace. And that I have this weird feeling like everything's just going to be okay. I can't really explain it. Okay. I understand. But, no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. And if the worst comes to worst, you know, I know that I'll make my peace and I'll meet with all my loved ones on the other side. I hope so. I hope so. I mean, when I went there, I didn't see anybody. All I saw was poodles. Well, but my surgeon said I wasn't all the way through the door, but I was just hovering, and he said, God talks to you and thinks you understand. He said, you understand poodles. That's true. You do have more than your fair share of those waiting for you on the other side. Poodles and horses, yep, cats, poodles and horses, a lot of people, yep. Grandpa Joe, Uncle Joey, Uncle Woody, Grandpa Sid, Grandma Kate. A lot of people, yep. Yep, how about all those people too, and some friends that I've lost, and hopefully as well. That would be good. Because I know she's there. Yep. You know, I tried hard I did for you, and I mean, we're talking ugly crying. Oh, I started some ugly crying too.
Sorry, I missed it there. Hang on a second. Do you hear that? I heard her say it. Give me a second.
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, when I went there, I didn't see anybody. All I saw was poodles. Well, but my surgeon said I wasn't all the way through the door, but I was just hovering, and he said, God talks to you and thinks you understand. He said, you understand poodles. That's true. You do have more than your fair share of those waiting for you on the other side. Poodles and horses, yep. Cats, poodles and horses, people, hopefully. A lot of people, yeah. Grandpa Joe, Uncle Joey, Uncle Woody, Grandpa Sid, Grandma Kate. A lot of people, yeah. Yeah. And I've got all those people too, and some friends that I've lost, and hopefully as well. That would be good. Because I know she's there. Yeah. You know, I cried as hard for I did for you, and I mean, we're talking ugly crying. Oh, I started some ugly crying too. Yeah.
Sorry, what she said was that Madeiline will definitely be there in heaven, and he thinks that he would see her in heaven. He's that deluded. As the docket says, he is absolutely deluded. We cut along now, and I'm going to try and find the bit that's really interesting to me, I'm afraid. It talks about the outside.
Popcorn or something. We went through everything. So you can tell you it wasn't there. So it wasn't in the mouse toy popcorn box? We did make an order, but there's no money in the account, so the money won't pull out until tomorrow morning. Laughed about it, and they used to both ogle over me and comment on me and talk about me together and giggle and talk about how.
Now he's talking about Jen and Maddie ogling over him. And that all falls right dead in line with, I don't want to call her his ex. It was more.
And, I should have just done the correct thing from the get-go and let the chips fall where they may. But I couldn't stand the idea of losing them both horribly like that.
And you take her out there and you put her in bamboo and you half-ass cover her up with whatever that kind of grass is they got going on down there. Stop it. Stop it. All three of you. Just stop it.
She was trying to go return. Well, I'll tell you what, get her the...
Here we go.
The crazy her grandmom, and already started to call her a gordo. She was in the next one on the list for gas and bypass, but I just think, maybe God just delivered her out of a place that was going to become really bad for her.
Okay, help me out.
How could it get any worse by saying Sorry about that. Right. Just people be aware of these types of men around, you know.
And then whatever whatever you guys came up with, because none of that was believed. Would have been a lot different than what it is right now. Don't get your hopes up for any conspiracy theories or vast conspiracies. Just understand that anything I did was not done while being within my rational mind. I had snapped at that point. And I wish I had done the correct thing to begin with. You know, I wish I had run downstairs and shaken her.
He snapped at one point. And then he ran downstairs and what? Let's listen.
Awake and called 911 and all that. Yeah, but you couldn't do that because...
Well, she had to. I wish she had to. Maybe she could have been saved, but she was...
And this video isn't in any way to condone this man. It isn't in any way to condone his parents. It's not to shock anyone. It's mainly just to listen to this creature and listen to the avenue he's going up the avenue that Soto allowed him under some kind of an agreement of some kind that this was okay, you know. And she's a desperate character. She comes across very desperate to me. I think she's the type to turn a blind eye to almost anything. And there's people out there like that who willingly turn a blind eye for what's best for their children. You know, unfortunately. That's Jennifer's crime. Yeah, and yeah, that should be a crime because she was negligent as a duty, as a mother. She put her own feelings before her own child. That's for sure. You know, I could be deeply in love with someone and my child could say something to me. I would just instantly think, no, bye, you know. I can't believe that these types of situations occur. It was shocking, but I'm realising there's a lot of people like getting exposed through, you know, time. And after a while, you get sort of that way where you watch these cases unfold and, you know, unfortunately target Jennifer Soto because she was vulnerable. Because she was now cast. She didn't have a boyfriend. She was on her own, raising a child on her own, and he targeted that situation. He knew damn well what he was doing. He did have control over it. There's no monkey in his fucking... There's no monkey in his wheel. He hasn't even got, like... I can't even name the animal that was set in his mind, but... it's an insult to chimpanzees. I think to myself that these tapes are, to me, signifying that he has noticed that he is responsible. Okay, right? And he's using Jennifer as his unconscious sort of protector, you know, using that situation with it as well is like ultimately insulting to the victim. As I say, like, he doesn't care. He got what he wanted for how long? 5 years. He didn't think twice about taking her life, and that's such a sadness. I just people be aware of these types of men around, you know.
And then whatever you guys came up with, because none of that was believed. Would have been a lot different than what it is right now. Except for don't get your hopes up for any conspiracy theories or vast conspiracies. Just understand that anything I did was not done while being within my rational mind. I had snapped at that point. And I wish I had done the correct thing to begin with. I wish I had run downstairs and shaken her awake and called 911 and all that.
Yeah, but you couldn't do that because...
I wish you had to. I wish you had to. Maybe she could have been saved, but she was beyond that. Okay. Just at my school, just gone. She was in a different part of the house? Yeah. Oh, she wasn't with you? She had gone to be with me earlier in the night, but I left her for quite a while I was coaching.
That's why the cops did all the forensics as well downstairs, I think. It made more sense. What the situation at the time, was she made it upstairs or downstairs? Remember a big thing about it, where was she actually killed? So he's saying here that it was downstairs, not upstairs in the bedroom, and she was cold and unresponsive, that he couldn't have helped if he tried, blah, blah, blah.
Walking around and, haunting around the house like I do.
Yeah, taking pictures of other roommates under the doors, like you did. Remember that?
Sometimes I go out for walks at night, or I just sit on the couch and just sit around and I don't sleep well at night, especially when I've got to be up early and do something the next day. Yeah. Every time I realized anything was wrong, it was, she was in a different part of the house when you found that out. She was still...
So, he didn't help after, he didn't murder her fully. He didn't kill her fully. He's had to change the plan, and then, she died.
Here. Oh, she was upstairs. Okay. Here, I left her alone there. Oh, okay. I had gone downstairs for a while, and every time I realized anything was wrong.
So she was upstairs. So he goes downstairs at this point, leaves her there.
It was just far too late. She's been gone for a while.
Been gone?
He'd snapped over something.
For a while. Now, I won't go as far as to say he's confessing that he snapped, because he's distancing himself away from...
Yeah, true. You have self-control as a human being. No. This is a child. He should have acted. He knew he was in the wrong for what he was doing to her. Sorry, I just want to say that, I can't remember what I was about to say, but I feel the consciousness of snapping wasn't there. And why I say that is he knew that she had a crush on another boy. He knew, I think, and I feel, as a weirdo he is, because he felt like he did nothing wrong at first. He snapped in properly in that regard. And thought, right, I'm going to fucking take her tonight. She's not going to live on. She's not going to tell her mother. She's not going to get a crush on this other boy. She's not going to leave me. And he snapped. And planned. So,
when he went,
and he planned it that night, subconscious level. We work like that, right? And listen, he was doing deplorable things, depravity on a level that we're going back. That's his plan all along, I feel.
he found her. Oh, she was upstairs. Okay.
Yeah, I left her alone there.
Okay.
I had gone upstairs for a while, and I realized everything was just far too late now. He's been gone for a while.
Okay.
He drugged her. That's what happened, and she didn't come back.
Just seeing her pale face and blue lips and how ice cold she was, and it's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, I remember seeing my brother when he had passed away.
Sorry, I come in with things when I'm watching it as different afterwards. I'd like to clarify. I don't know if he actually, because the part of her neck was snapped, a hyoid bone was found to be snapped. I think he already drugged her in the past. Got so used to it, he knew how to get away with it. I haven't looked into what the docket has said, and he's got some more details clarifying the case. She was writing things that, were possibly might be a part of the evidence, and I wish to go out with that now. Bear with me. And I hope there's justice.
As I held you in my arms, he was born. He slipped up right there, in my opinion only. And you know why I think he slipped up right there? You heard him say it. Listen to it again about her slipping away.
Throughout the night, and I was not in the room the whole time.
If I went back far enough.
I mean, it's not like you just suddenly feel someone's ghost pass away from them. It's a discovery. And
it's not like you feel someone's ghost slip away. Now, let me remind you, remember the letter, poem, and what he said in that letter / poem? And bear with me for just a second. Hopefully, this won't. If I can find that letter real quick. I can find that letter real quick. When I pull it up, doesn't it sound an awful lot like what he just said? If I can find it, bear with me, please. Should have had it pulled up, but shouldas and couldas don't do a daggum bit of good when you don't. Okay. So we're at the minute mark 24:33. I don't know if this will allow me to share this or not without affecting.
Sorry it takes so long. I just want you to see this. Please don't go away. Rest in peace, Maddie.
Yeah, that's it. This is for Maddie, the For Maddie poem. It says, always, your hair was like honey, with eyes stormy blue. Gone far too soon, I will always miss you. Your smile was a treasure, your laughter filled the room. This world is not the same, I will always miss you. I loved you so much, I would have died for you. With no end to my tears, I will always miss you. And here's the key thing, this one sentence. As I held you in my arms, or two sentences, my heart died with you. Rest in peace, sweetheart. I will always miss you. As I held you in my arms, my heart died with you. Now, doesn't that sound...
So he held her in his arms as she was dying. He wrote this.
I'm not going to say it's spot on, but it's eerily similar to what he just said to his folks.
So he wasn't even in the same room with you? Well, it was said and done, so obviously I can't get into detail, but no, I was not aware that she had passed on. As you know, I'm up and down throughout the night, and I was not in the room the whole time.
So he lied to his folks about Jennifer Soto, but we have this evidence to say otherwise, you know.
It's not like you just suddenly feel someone's ghost pass away from them, it's
right there.
It's a discovery.
Right there, you just suddenly feel someone's ghost.
Yeah. Yes.
We just read his
I'll give you... I'll give you the right. When my nana passed away, I was 18, and I was there as a ghost left her, as a spirit left her. She looked terrified and looked at me, and it was really spooky. And it is like a ghost coming to you. It's like they're not there any longer. So that's what he's talking about. And the docket, well found, you know.
Held you in my arms. My heart died with you. I mean, wow.
And,
So she wasn't even in the same room with you?
well, I mean, she was in the room that I started in, but, you know, I'm up and down throughout the night, and I tend to wander around the house and fiddle around on my phone and step out front and feel the nice, cool night air and all that. So I was gone from the room for, I mean, obviously, I really can't get into too many details, but yeah.
Okay.
I didn't discover what had happened until just around dawn.
Okay.
You know,
Interesting.
because I discovered that she was ice cold. Well, all I can say, Stephan, is that my heart breaks for you because I know that's something that you never would have done and never would have wanted to have done to her. And right. Neither would we.
Damn right, he says.
I'm angry on your behalf that it happened, and I'm angry that you got dragged into it by them. So I'm just angry.
Was there anybody else at the townhome that was not a regular person?
No, which is why I keep saying that I'm not sure that there's any one person honestly to blame, but they're certainly trying to blame me. And according to the autopsy report, like I said, raises a lot more questions, but they seem to be settling on trying to say it's homicide.
Okay.
Something to do with Bones and her.
I use a certain words that are fraudulently given away that he said there, he's disgusting, human being, I'm just going to say. But I'm going to skip on now to 241 of the docket. $241.
And that Rolex is due.
Well, probably.
242, sorry.
Alexis do retain your value a lot better.
Shut up to some people.
Are you showing houses or sitting at an open house?
No, I was just showing some homes.
Okay. So you're going back into the general side of things?
That's all I'm doing.
Well, I guess with the way the market is going down there, I guess in general is not such a bad thing right now, huh?
Oh, much better. You're not stuck trying to sell a single product. You've got the whole market available to yourself.
Yeah.
You get to
October the 18th. That last 15, 15, 15, and 15. So I don't know of anybody else that would be taking his calls. Unfortunately, we can't get these calls because they haven't been put out through Discovery. So maybe they did have a breakup there for a while, but that right there leads me to believe that after that breakup, somebody talked to him for 60 minutes on October the 18th. They called at 1:44, or he called at 1:44, 2:17, 2:49, or not that one, and then at 2:52, and then again at 3:24 in the afternoon, all on the 18th of October.
So these are the calls that we can't get. Mr. Docker can't get. It might be calls with Jennifer. It could be calls with the family. We don't know, But I do feel they've got a tablet or something now, and they're doing it this way around, and instead of the phone calls, perhaps.
Possible it could be his attorney.
Could be his attorney, yeah.
But
yeah, could be.
I don't know. If I knew what mom or dad's phone number was, I would. I would know, but I don't.
We'll go now to the court hearing.
Maybe. So I just...
We'll go now to the court hearing. What's been going down? Right, I've got to go to the docket again, probably. I watch the docket a lot, huh?
My heart.
Love the docket. Right. Right here. I'm a little late watching this one, man.
Local media, at which point the media then intervenes and receives the right to...
On a forward day.
Thank you, Florida, for that information. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Plunder is she is a beast. She's down there. I'm scratching the surface, and she's down on the bottom. And that ain't no secret. That ain't no secret at all. She's one of the best there is on YouTube.
Sorry, I'm unsure who he's talking about.
And I'm not just saying that.
I'll be honest. I don't know much about. I think people on here are really good at the job. Really good detectives.
Yeah. Thank you, Paula. We've got it on WKMG, right where you said. We're just waiting for it to start. I see his attorney, so it hasn't started yet. Yes, thank you so much, Paula. Good morning, Laura. What's up, Salty Sleuth? Yes, she is.
I think I'm more spicy in writing. Harder to be.
What's up, AB from Tennessee? How you doing?
Apologies to anybody you don't want on display here. I really am sorry. Just want to get the courtroom scene, you see.
Folks, thank you all so much for being here. Please hit that thumb, kick it.
But Plunder is an amazing channel. Go out, shout out to Plunder.
The like one, please. If you're not subscribed yet, please do. If you'd like to be a member, you can do it through YouTube or the Coffee app. Thank you so much, Gorgeous George, for your $4.99 super sticker and supporting the channel. Thank you so much, George. Well, that's where we started out, KR. Because they were the one.
Took some antihistamines for me throat, feeling a lot better now.
Site that actually said they would be live streaming it. We started out there, but they switched it to. Actually, they're back to it now. Or no, hang on, that's the wrong one. They switched it to Ron DeSantis roundtable session. Something. So we're good now. Hi, Nicole. Yeah, it will be live. We're just waiting on it to get started.
I'm just first
Thank you so much, Susan, for your $5 Cash App and supporting the channel. I don't want to say your last name. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Deborah, for your $10 Cash App and supporting the channel. Thank you so much. So, for those listening and not watching, we're on Judge Seat Watch now. We do have audio. We do have some audio. Oh boy.
We got you.
Is it Chris? 72? She says, wow, I made a live. I love your channel. Thank you. Well, thank you for the kind words. And thank you for being here. And I hope I didn't butcher your name, Chris. And I apologize if I did. But thank you so much for being here. Hi, Goddess. How are you this morning? And Jimmy Peach. Mandy and Gypsy Sparkle. JB. Hey, Coco. Good morning, Coco. How are you this morning? Hi, Aisha. Alice says, I get the impression from his mom she blames not only Jen, but Maddie. Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, that's what he's made out, basically.
Still don't see it.
That Madeleine's some kind of pussy pants. You know what I mean? She was a child. She was 8 when he started this. And he's in court today.
Thank you so much, hon.
I'm not sure what's going to be said, but it's a motion hearing.
Let me finish what Alice says. I get the impression from his mom she blames not only Jen, but Maddie.
Yeah.
That if Stephan wasn't tempted and
in any capacity, in any capacity,
it's someone else's fault. Yeah.
I don't condone the parents in any capacity. It's disgusting, actually, and deprived to think that.
them talking about how God wouldn't have put those kind of cravings and desires in him. Again, paraphrasing.
Disgusting.
It was 1 o'clock in the morning and we'd been live for 10 hours.
Yeah. It's hard to listen to his voice for that long.
Not been provided with any authority that gives automatic entitlement to intervene in the defense's motion requesting an order from the court.
Hi, Bree.
The requirement of the rule indicates that you must have notice, and from your pleading, I'm going to make the assumption that the media had notice of today's request. Is that correct?
Yes, we were provided notice, which is why we filed the notice, the motion, the intervention, approximately 2 weeks ago, Your Honor.
Understood.
You're welcome, Eve. Thank you for being here. Thank all of you for being here. Sherry on.
Miami Herald Publishing Company v. Lewis, 426 Southern 2nd 1, a 1982 Supreme Court case. In that case, the court ruled that the media had standing to challenge a ruling from the court after the ruling was made. Was there any indication that there was an automatic entitlement to intervene in the initial hearing, making that determination?
I believe so. It's either in that or there was other subsequent cases in the late 80s, Barron and others, that said that there has to be notice to local media, at which point the media intervenes by filing a notice of intervention and receives the right to argue at any pursuant.
Right. You've referenced that precedent. Do you have case law that supports that?
I do not in front of me, Your Honor. This is a matter I must confess that I have never encountered in arguing these before.
Thank you. I'm going to entertain argument by the parties in the case, and then I will consider your position. Perhaps you can secure some case law that creates an automatic entitlement for interveners to argue in the initial determination by the court as to closing court proceedings. Have a seat. Thank you. State, do you have
Looks very thin, doesn't he?
A non-party intervention.
When you look at his arms, looks like he's lost weight. It's good to know, though, isn't it? You know, I'm not being cruel or nothing. Shout out to the docket, by the way. Let's get back to the docket. Shout out to him. Go and subscribe to him, please, guys. He is a wonderful, wonderful podcaster. He's more than that. He gets the evidence. He gets the transcripts. He pays for them all. He is a fund of information for us YouTubers who don't have that money behind us yet to go and buy them. Also, I can't with being in the UK, poor me. But yeah, look how thin he's got. You can see the bones on the back of that shirt as well. Yes.
No. That's. Thank you. This case was initiated by information on April 11th, 2024, charging Mr. Sterns with 8 counts of sexual battery on a child under 12 capital offenses. 5 counts of sexual battery with a child 12 to 18 in a familial or custodial authority, 7 counts of lewd or lascivious molestation, 40 counts unlawful possession of materials depicting sexual performance by a child, 10 or more images. Counts 1 through 8 are capital offenses. Counts 9 through 13 are punishable by life offenses. Counts 14 through 20 are punishable by life offenses. Counts 20 through 60 are second-degree felony allegations punishable by up to 15 years in prison each, 15 years of supervised probation each, or a $10,000 fine each.
No, there's no jury. Got us. It's just a hearing for the judge.
Appears at the Miami Herald Publishing Company v. Lewis, 426 Southern 2nd, 1, 1982 Florida Supreme Court case. Is the seminal case that discusses requests for closure. The defense has the obligation of proving to the court by a preponderance, meaning a greater weight of the evidence, necessity for closure. Counsel, do you intend to present argument with respect to your motion?
Yes, Judge. Defense has had pre-marked several defense exhibits. I've given copies to the state as well as to the media, attorney for the media. Defense Exhibit A is a USB flash drive with a PowerPoint that's been previously shown to the state. Defense Exhibit B is a list of articles and videos. Defense Composite Exhibit C is the printout of various news articles. Defense Composite Exhibit D are emails with public records requests. And then I have case law as well, which wasn't pre-marked. I can just work out the court like that as well. And previously given to the state and the media attorneys.
Thank you.
They've been pre-marked. If we can, defense will at this time move each of those pre-marked exhibits to defense into evidence as defense's next number exhibit 1 through 4, I believe it will be.
Thanks. State, are these unopposed?
We'll waive any objections.
Thank you.
If you could have the Elmo turned on.
Thank you. Do you intend to publish what's going to be defense 1?
Yes, sir.
Well, he really has lost a bunch of weight. Look how thin his arms are. I couldn't
Marked
get
exhibits will be received as evidence for purposes of this hearing only.
Is the static driving everybody crazy? I can turn it down a little bit.
I believe the overhead projector is on.
Yes, public defenders. They're not.
The controls at defense counsel table. And HDMI.
Yes.
HDMI is plugged in and it's recognizing that it's plugged in.
Yes, public defenders.
While we do that, I can make additional present additional information at this time, Judge. In terms of the items that were pre-marked, defense's exhibit, if I could approach, have the correct numbers.
That was the one on the street, Biggie. After they did
Vince
that.
has printed and presented for the court, not that the court needs to read them all, but just showing the various media coverage of this case, various articles from local news stations, as well as Court TV, Crime TV, various news media organizations. Defense has also introduced a listing essentially of those articles that were printed, some of which have YouTube, which can't be printed for the court. Defense did do a public records request to show the court the public records requests that have been made by various media and interested parties in terms of this case, requesting public records for this case. And though we're not here on Mr. Sterns' other case, I printed the public records request as to each of those in comparison to another homicide that's in Orange County, which involved the death of multiple individuals, to show the court the comparative nature of the public records request and the nature of those items and information that was introduced as defense exhibit. I believe it's number 3. And I could provide these. And looking at, and the other ones are Madam Clerk has. And looking at those items that were introduced specifically as to the public records request, the court can see that in terms of Mr. Sterns' 2 individual cases, in doing the public records request, we had to pay an invoice of $56.25 to get just a copy, the printout initially of what was requested by various parties. So in that, the court will see that there have been various news articles or news outlets requesting information, and the court can even see within those some of the costs that were associated with them requesting and receiving the items that were requested and ultimately turned over. And in comparison, the case that defense printed additionally was a Chevelle case out of Orange County, which involved the injury and or death of 6 individuals. I believe it's 4 that were deceased and injury to others. And in that case, the state is also seeking the death penalty in that case. The PowerPoint that defense presented or prepared, and if we don't get aviation, if the court is willing to consider it in chambers, essentially just shows podcast interviews, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook groups, Reddit, and on those Reddit platforms, it shows essentially the full discovery in this case. You can see links to where the media and various parties have requested all the information.
I get the impression this woman's complaining that she's had to pay £56,000, and well, other people have paid for it as well. It's the value of the content that's in there, really. It's not about what and who.
Including their screenshots that show this actual hearing being presented on there, links to it, notice of the hearing in terms of this very hearing that we're here for today. There's also, as the court can see, and I would ask the court to make clear for the record that there are also media cameras and media personnel that are present today for the purpose of this hearing. So that
shouts out to the docket.
will be the information defense will be presenting. If the court wants to do argument at this time as well, I can do that as well, minus the aviation aspect.
State, do you anticipate presenting any evidence in opposition of the defense motion, or take any position?
We will take a position, but we just have argument.
Smith, I'm willing to wait until AV gets here if you have a presentation that you wish to present to the court prior to making argument. I don't know why your counsel table is not registering with our equipment. One suggestion I may have is if the state would be so inclined to allow you to look into their counsel table, see if that alleviates the issue.
Wait, did I miss something? Did she call us out in particular?
That the HDMI people on that counsel table works.
You naughty boy. I think she was a little bit annoyed that the docket retrieved it. Yeah. Screw him. Anyway.
Hang on, seriously. I was watching comments.
Be willing to make the presentation.
I wondered why he went quiet.
Thank you. Ms. Smith.
Oh.
May I approach the record?
Of course.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow, what are we fixing to see here? What are we fixing to see here? This could be very interesting. And then again, maybe it couldn't. Oh, they've got a presentation for why